Hello, welcome to the Newcastle Youth Delegates feedback session. We've just got a very short presentation to let you know what we've been doing in the past few days as the delegates. Just to let you know, we are the Youth Council down here at the front, and we've sort of been running the show from the youth side of things with help from a few local organisations. Over the past couple of days, we've been doing 4 different sessions. We have the next slide. Four different sessions, one on the environment, one on enterprise, education and employment, one on youth image and one on youth voice. We're going to have 4 delegates from the 4 countries who brought youth delegates to tell you a little bit about each one. So we're going to start with Saori from Shinsura in Japan to tell you about the environment session.
So first, for the environment, we talked about that we should focus more on recycling. For one thing, for example, recycling is crucial to conserve resources. And one more thing is that to engage young people and engage them to do it. Recycling needs to be practical, fun, and engaging. That's all for environment.
Very much, Saori. The next session was on employment. Oh, sorry. Now we're going to have a short activity by Matthew, which is going to feed back a little bit of the findings from the business session. So I'll hand over to Matthew now.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm going to try again to do the languages as I did on Monday. I hope I've perfected that a bit. So, konnichiwa. Bienvenue. Willkommen. Have I left anyone out? What's the Zulu word? Salbuona. Thank you very much. So good morning everyone again. We had our enterprise and business workshop on Tuesday morning. And I'm going to ask everyone to stand up. We're just going to get busy a bit. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So here's how this is going to go. I'm going to read a statement out. And if you agree, you remain standing. If you disagree with my statement, you may sit. Okay? So here's the very first statement. Young people feel that one of the main barriers affecting them or preventing them from starting up their own business is a lack of support. I'll read that again. Young people feel that one of the main barriers affecting them or preventing them starting up their own business is the lack of support. Support. So if you disagree, you may sit. If you agree, you may remain standing. Have we all made up our minds? Okay. Could someone please, someone who agrees, please tell me why you think young people believe that one of the barriers affecting them is the lack of support? South Africa.
No, I do agree because when they go to financial institutions for funding or for finance, they need quotas, and young people don't have quotas. The other thing is that they need business plans that are not in line with the young people's thinking. And therefore, if there are no structures to support young people, that become an impediment to young people starting their own businesses.
Someone has something else to add?
I think also the established business are afraid of the new entrants, and then they don't give enough mentorship and support to the youth to start their own business. They actually discourage them to tell them how bad business is and how difficult times are instead of encouraging them.
I've got two very beneficial points. First of all, young people lack support, well, in most cases, and we've also heard that some already established businesses are preventing new entrants into the market. So we're having a sort of monopoly, so to speak, not wanting new and young businesses. Both correct. So to summarize that, the fact of this matter is a lack of support and young people-specific business support is one of the four main barriers keeping young people from starting off their own businesses. So thank you very much. I'm going to ask everyone to stand again, please. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the second statement. Everyone standing, if possible. Number 2. Young people feel that business and enterprise should be taught in schools and other educational institutions. So young people feel that business and enterprise should be taught in schools and other educational institutions. Has anyone sat down? Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm going to ask Jeremy now. Why you disagree? Actually, oh, okay. Should I go with someone who agrees first then?
Yes, somebody that's sitting down on that side.
Oh, okay.
Point at the community, why don't you?
It's not your birthday anymore.
Yesterday was
Canada.
So I disagree with that statement because youth tend to want, how do I put this nicely, things that happen in 24 hours, and they don't have the mindset to actually start a business. We do have a lot of people in our community in Canada who try to start up businesses and they succeed. And none of them are youth, and some of them have great ideas. It's just if you teach it at school, they're going to forget it because they want to go into technology base. They want to go where they don't have to set up a business. I don't want to say youth are lazy, but I believe that the youth, I can actually say that now because I'm 26, so in Canada I am not youth anymore. Youth need to actually put a mindset, and I don't think that there's youth out there that want to learn about business. They want to be able to just go to that business and say, give me a job. That's why I sat down.
Thank you very much, Chris. I know what's happening, no one's happy with what he said. Sorry, Chris. Well, Chris is saying, and to an extent, it is, you know, the way he's explained it, it can be defended in the sense that some young people think they need to be spoon-fed or they might just not be interested in school. So that's another way to look at it. Someone standing?
Thank you. It depends on what you mean by taught at school. It's no good sitting in a classroom. You'd have to take part in an initiative, and that happens in Australia over a period of time, which needs planning, organising, some output, some thing that you can show, some range of activities for which you need support, be it guidelines, textbooks, whatever. And so that's, you shouldn't call it being taught, it's an opportunity to explore and learn. Now, then you will see people catching sight of how initiative can move forward, and if it is something that's beneficial to society at large, all the better. So it's the question of what you mean by taught. So take that word out and put something else in, and then it will be all right. That's what we do in medical education. They go out and they do something, and it works.
I think the majority of us agree. So we shouldn't have something that's just theory. It should be practical and it should be real, and maybe that would help. Thank you very much. To summarize, we, young people, feel that if we could learn and experience business and enterprise at a young age and in school, it would help us decide a career or identify self-employment as an option. So having real experiences and knowing what's out there would help. Thank you very much. And we're not done, so could I crave your indulgence again? Please stand up, everyone. Like a morning warm-up, so it's good. Okay, and here's the third. Have you been standing the whole time? Young people feel that money is the only barrier to self-employment or starting a business. So the statement is, young people feel that it's money, and money is the only barrier to self-employment or starting a business. Isn't that everyone's understanding, or you really agree? So I'll repeat that. Young people feel that money is the only barrier to self-employment or starting a business. So this statement is saying that young people think it's only funding and money that's the barrier. So everyone disagrees. I'm going to ask anyone who agree with that statement.
Thank you. I actually agree with the statement because you will find in how and what type of support they require when they always approach you. So the kind of request and resources around the financial assistance instead of how can you take this business proposal further. So you even if you try to assist with other means of resources, if you have not committed on financial support, they will feel like it's not going to take off.
Thank you. I think it lies in the formulation of your statement. Young people feel or think that money is the only barrier. And it's actually supported what Mr. Mapulu said earlier on. If they have to go for financing, the banks, etc., they don't have collaterals, etc., etc. Money is not the only barrier. There are a lot of other barriers, there are a lot of other things, and if you give them opportunities, you can do business and start something without necessarily thousands of rands. All you need is an idea, a goodwill, spirit, belief, and all those things. And I think young people must get away from the money side and start thinking in other ways as well.
I think that's exactly why such a lot of people sit down, because you know what, you need to have passion as well for what you want to do. If you don't have that passion, I think that these days the youth just want to stand with their hands and say, please help me, I need money, I need money. You need to go out and work as well and make sure you can show your passion, because if you don't have passion what you're doing, you're not going to succeed. Money won't give you passion, you can't buy you passion. So I think the youth must start thinking about things like that as well.
The youth have something to say. Get ready for this.
We had a workshop about this, and in our group, we decided, right, we're only starting a business on a small scale. That's where you start a business. It's not going to become a big scale thing. You start small. And this is where we thought where resources is an important factor when starting a business. You don't have to have a lot of money. Our example was accessories that we could have implemented and sell. If you have resources, people that knows how to do business, people that can, that street savvy, that they know how to, how to market. If you have people that can help you, you don't need the money necessary. So resources is a very important factor and not money necessarily.
Does anyone else have something to say? Or we all agree on this? So, as I've said, money is a large factor. Yes, money is needed. But we've all agreed in our workshop amongst the young people and here today that there's more, or there are more important things than just money to help a business. Other factors such as passion, as been mentioned by Ben, and so many other factors like resources and having people to help out and things like that. Okay, the very last one. So please, Rise, everyone. Also be done. Okay. The very last segment. Young people want support in marketing their business ideas. Young people want support in marketing their business ideas. If you agree, remain standing. If you disagree, please sit. Young people want support in marketing their ideas. I read it for the very last time. Young people want support in marketing their ideas. If you agree, please remain standing. If you disagree, please sit. Okay. I'm going to ask the minority first.
Personally, I think you don't really need marketing for your business that much if you plan it properly in the beginning, because I feel that it's passion first, then proper planning, and then how you persevere into getting and actually achieving that will market itself in a way. There will be maybe on the second stage where you really need to push your business. If you are planning to make money out of it, that's when the marketing will actually needs to be implemented then. But in the beginning, I don't think that it should be like a hiccup in a way.
Does someone beg to disagree? Yes. Alison?
I was just going to say that in every field of our lives, we all have mentors, inspirational people, whether or not we actually realize it at the time. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But I think we can all look back and say, hey, that one person or that one inspiration started me off, so sure we need support.
Is there anyone who wants to buttress that point?
In fact, with support, anything is possible.
I think someone should recall the date and time he said that. That's a really good quote. Tim?
Yeah, I just want to say something. I actually disagree because I know many youth actually don't either they don't care about setting their own business because they don't want this, or they want to do on their own. And that's also a problem because many don't even think they need support. They just want to start and then they fail. That's also, I think, no one chose, as I say, like you chose to make them understand like they need you to start, or they could need you because on their own they don't have the experiences to start alone. Okay.
So yes, all the young people who took part in this exercise on Tuesday identified good marketing as being essential to making a business succeed. But we will need support to know what a good marketing strategy looks like. So as Tim has said and everyone else has said, Alison, that we do need support from adults who have gone through these experiences and have succeeded. So I'm going to hand back to the Secretary of the Newcastle Youth Council, David Matthews. But please put our hands together for taking part. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anthony, for leading that session. Thank you all for participating. Your participating does show that whatever your opinions are, you do care about that, and that is very important to us all. Thank you. As I've already said, our second session was on enterprise education and employment, which we haven't had just our session on, but we're going to have a little bit more from Shalina from South Africa to tell us what she can't recommend.
Good morning, all. During the session that we discussed enterprise education and employment, the youth delegation identified the need for assistance with business planning in the form of funding, resources, market research, and support. In South Africa, we have identified a high unemployment rate amongst youth. We therefore recommend to our senior delegation to increase funding for tertiary education in order to equip our young people with the necessary skills and knowledge that will enable them to participate in the corporate world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Selena. we're going to move on to the next session we had, which was on youth image. We've got Gillian from Switzerland who will tell us about that. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. On Tuesday, we talked about youth image, and we realised that,
It's about having progress. Okay, so great, thank you.
Can you please go back on the next slide? I just want to suggest something. Enterprise, education, employment. Young people need more support with business training, resources. That's how I express it. Because if you look at the funding, marketing, those are all resources. There is human resource, which is your personnel. There is funding, which is your financial resource. And there is also leadership, which is in a form of support. So maybe if you could rephrase, the young people need more support with business training resources, because all those points are resources and remove resources from your list.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm just going to stop again then. On Tuesday, we talked about youth image, and we realised that in the media, when they talk about young people, it's always negative, pretty much. We thought that a good way to change it was to create a campaign for press about young people, not to be continually negative in the media, and to achieve that regular people in local newspaper could write like articles about young, good youth in the area and publish it in a way in order to change people's mind about young people, since we're not evil, I think. So, thank you.
In the next session, which we're going to hear from Yannick about, we talk about youth voice, which was a very interesting session, because obviously we are all representatives of youth voice in our own Newcastle. So I'm going to hand over to Yannick for this one.
So hello again to everybody, and as he's already mentioned, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something about the last session we had on Tuesday. It was about the youth voice, and the discussions we've had were very interesting, and I think we've shared some really important information and opinions. During the day, the Japanese youth delegation told us that they want to set up their own youth parliament since they don't have one yet. And I think it's our mission to support them because we have some experiences which may help to avoid some upcoming problems. Moreover, we were talking about a spontaneous project to keep in contact the next time, and this is going to be the next point of our presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yannick. As I mentioned, there was an idea coming out of the youth voice session to continue a dialogue between all the youth delegates with the idea of a website. Tim from Switzerland is going to come up and say a little bit about that idea.
Okay, hello everyone. So now I'm going to present to you the main idea we all agreed on, which is kind of websites in the with the large names, so also maybe forum and information hub. So next one. So we thought about first we need a vision for it. It's not a proper project because we will need a working commission and stuff. There's still work to do. But just to put all together our ideas of what should be this website. What do we, as a youth from all our countries, want for a website so that it can work during these 2 years of not stillness. So we wrote a vision, which is to promote the youth parliament, improve communication between youth parliaments, and improve, support and strengthen the youth parliaments of the sisters and castles of the world. That's the main vision of the website that we would like to have. Then we've got objectives, so that's not what's going to be in it. It is, but there's going to be more of this. These are just objectives, things we want to achieve with the website. First is to promote the youth parliament. To promote, because we think as youth, that it is a really great means to express youth voice. It's a great thing for adults to listen to the youth easily. They have somewhere to go. Oh, what we should have the youth? Okay, let's go to youth parliament. It's a good way for youth to express themselves. They know, okay, we want to do something, let's go to the youth parliament and ask for it, ask for support. So we think it's really a good way, and we really want to promote this. Then it should contain basic guidelines for the establishment of a youth parliament. So how do we do it? And so not only promoting it, but also so that we can help countries to get one, to create one. Then we want it to have a support system. So also that youth parliaments who exist or don't exist can ask for help if they want to create one, or if they want to, or if they have problems and they want to, how do you say this? How to find a solution and they can't find it, they can just ask for email address and stuff. And then show what's existing. It's part of promoting, but it's not exactly the same. It's so that we can really see if it's working. Improve communication between youth parliaments. I think that's clear enough. Share ideas and projects. That's the other part of the website. Really, we want it to be a sharing point that from South Africa, Switzerland, Australia and stuff, everyone could just put projects, could put ideas on the website and can be discussed from the youth all around the world at the same time on this internet platform, that we can really share ideas. Something which has been done in Switzerland can also be taken from South Africa or for Japan, and that's really important. And then finally, the same thing, the youth parliament, in which strengthens the voice of young people. Really, after youth parliament is created, it's not done. You have to strengthen it, to give it projects, so that working projects that can start, that can really strengthen it. Like our youth parliament has been existing for 20 years, and now I think it's really part of it. We just cannot take it away. It's too strong. It's really strong for us because we have projects. As youth, we can say we have done this, we have done this and this. How could you take us? How could you destroy the youth parliament? So that would be also one of our objectives: is to strengthen the youth parliament, so to strengthen the youth voice. That's really important. So and now that's really really informal proposal. The things to consider now for you as mayors, as senior delegates, is to on the fact how to do this website, because you have to decide if you give us the means. So we just cannot say, okay, we do a website only on our own. We need your help, we need maybe money, we need support, like we said before. So things to consider for you, and I hope you really all hope that you're going to talk about this during your meeting. We need a working commission, we need a country, we need someone who takes this to start physically the website, really, to start it, to create it at the start. Because you cannot do this from everywhere around the world. We need someone to take a working commission to do it. Then we need a coordinator, which could be also from this country, who does the website, who updates it and gets the text from everywhere. Then we need maintenance afterwards. Maintenance, we mean people, so when you work in commissions in all the cities, you can give new texts, you can give new ideas, new things to put on the website, apart from the forum and stuff. And we need it to be shared, so that means it's not to be a project from one country. It needs to be started from somewhere, but then it needs to be a shared project worked on by everyone. And that's, as youth, we want you to think about, is to think about this website and how we can do it, how you can give us, the youth, the means to express ourselves through this website and to keep contact with one another, strengthen the youth parliament as a youth voice. I think that's about it. Questions about this website, something to precise or not? Yeah?
It's not a question, but just a suggestion, and I'm not going to try commission for it. It's Newcastles of the world. Why don't you call it www.now and .something?
Yeah, but let's start first with this beginning. Beginning, you need to choose, you need to agree, you need to give us the means, and then when there's going to be a working session, everyone can give their ideas to this working session, which is going to decide what's the website on. So if we start now, it's a good idea actually, but let's start first with the mayors deciding we want to have this website for our youth. That's really the message. Is there any other question?
Facebook?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I think it's alright. This question better.
So I think it's very important. I'm not too sure if you maybe had a spy in the meeting that we had just now, but everything that you have discussed, we have discussed already. We urgently need money for the summit, we urgently need marketing for the summit, and we urgently need a website for the summit which will be called 10-to-1, a passport or a link. And you can incorporate it very well with what you guys are doing. We need the leaders to make decisions and to make the decisions very clear this afternoon when they've got their meeting. Otherwise we're going nowhere.
Simon. Hi. Here in Newcastle Upon Tyne, we've just set up an organisation called International Newcastle, which has just launched a website, and we would be really pleased to link in with you. I suspect if you are anything like my kids, you'll be appalled at how slow on these technological things people of my generation are, and you probably could tell us more about how we can use social media and develop websites far quicker than we are at the moment. But we are a place that you might link in with here in Newcastle, but I think you'll teach us more than we'll teach you probably.
Beckett.
I think you'll find it a lot more effective if each new parliament creates its own website, and then you create links between the central website and the individual website. That means each youth parliament will keep its own information up to date. If you try and do that, essentially you'll get into a complete nightmare.
Thank you. I have nothing to say. The three, I think it's altogether the same. It's a good idea, but actually, like our youth parliament, we have our own site promoting youth parliament. So the thing is to have one website, not links. Maybe like we can talk about youth, but not with youth. It should be its own, really powerful from all our countries. Its own websites called maybe Newcastle of the World Youth, or I don't know. We don't care about names for now. Really promoting youth parliaments, not being part of another thing. Really, it's on its own and being promoted on its own as one thing, as the voice of the youth of Newcastle. I think that's what you can understand.
Morning everyone again. I just want to clarify. Will you want us to vote or decide this morning and now? Because I think, I'm not too sure, but are we saying we need one Newcastle to host and control this? Is that what we're saying?
To start, to get
to start. So, okay, so do we need Newcastle to volunteer, or which Newcastle will go back and deal with this?
Maybe we'll let the minds.
Okay then, so, yeah, okay.
Just to let you know, we don't want it to be part of another website or something aside. We want it to be a real strong thing, promoting youth parliaments and linking them, apart from our own websites, which can also be linked with. That's another problem.
Sorry, we'll come to you.
John.
There is already a Newcastle of the World website. Why can't you be part of that? Why do you insist on having your own thing? Because, you know...
Because it's not the same. We speak only about youth parliaments. It is not to be part of the Youth Newcastle Alliance, but it should be youth parliaments of the Newcastle Alliance, not the same. It's not first alliance and then then youth parliament. It's to be first youth parliaments and then alliance. Then if you get what I mean.
Well, personally, I'm of the opinion that, you know, this is one alliance, we're all working together, and, you know, I don't see any reason why your Youth Parliament website can't be on the Newcastle of the World website. But that's my opinion.
Okay, there's another opinion here. And Ben.
Thank you, John. Tim and Mithy, I think it's important that you listen to what I'm saying now. I tend to agree with what John is saying now. Otherwise, business is going to say we want our own business of Newcastles of the World Alliance website. So it needs to be one website for Newcastle Alliance, and all these, the youth can have their own section there, business can have their own section there, tourism can have, however it's developed. I don't think you should insist on having your own one.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, that's not what the youth wants. Just to let you know, that's not what the youth want, but it's the mayors to decide, but the youth want their own website. That's just, I'm just telling you, it's like this. You are to choose, but we are the youth want our own website to promote youth parliament. That's it.
And I'll hand you back to the chair, David Matthews.
Hello, I'd just like to say on that, I think what the details, I'll just go back to what Kim said, as long as something happens, as long as discussion happens, we keep talking about it, and something does come of it, then that's what's important to me and to the other people here. That sort of concludes our brief overview of what we've been doing for the past couple of days. If anybody would like to give a response on anything that's happened, over this whole presentation, I welcome that now. Paul?
And just to let you know, the recommendations that the young people came out with will be circulated among all delegates, so there will be a chance to discuss these. You can hear the passion with which Timothy's been speaking about our website. It's certainly maybe not something that you all necessarily agree with, but I think there is a need to move and develop this alliance between our Newcastles, both for the young people and for the older people, and I think that's probably what is absolutely underlying Timothy's passion for this topic here. Are there any other comments that people want to make? We're going to round up soon. We know that you've been promised to finish at 12, and I think lunch beckons. Hang on, I missed. Yes.
I think we need to congratulate the youth on a very constructive few days and especially the way they're working together, the different cultures, the different countries. I think the youth really did something great. It's now just to work together for the future. And remember, you are the future of this summit. Nobody else is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johan. I'll pass back to Matthew.
Thank you very much. We've just got some thanks from the various delegations, and I'll conclude.
So first of all, I'd like to thank the Youth Parliament of Newcastle Upon Tyne for the huge hospitality, and I really enjoyed the stay here, and it's a very lovely place, and I hope we meet each other again in 2 years. Thank you.
I also wanted to thank pretty much everyone and, well, the English people who have been all very nice and for the hospitality and stuff, and I think this has been a great week. I've personally learned a lot of things, and I think I've grown up a bit, and I hope to meet you all in 2 years or sooner, and if you ever come to Switzerland and visit us, and we're going to meet.
On behalf of Newcastle, South Africa, we'd like to thank the whole city, Newcastle Council, for your hospitality. We enjoyed working with the Youth Council, and we look forward to maintaining this relationship with all the Newcastles of the world. Thank you.
On behalf of the youth members of CCO, thank you very much for organization of meetings and City Council in Newcastle Upon Tyne for welcoming us and having us and giving opportunity to share and discuss so many things and problems about youth council from different countries. We enjoyed every single moment, and even though we don't have a youth council in our city, we could hear lots of good ideas of what other youth council is doing. So hopefully we take these back ideas. Hopefully we take those ideas to our city and work something good for our youth and create the youth council in our city. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Just got a few thank yous from Newcastle Youth Council. Thank you to Steve, Newcastle College, who helped us run our environment session. Thank you to Business Sparks, who helped us run our business session. And thank you to Truth About Youth, who are currently around, who helped us with our e-finish session. Thank you to all the Newcastle Youth delegates who came and made it such an interesting experience for us. And thank you to all for coming today to hear about what we've been doing. Sorry we've run over a little bit, but thank you all very much for coming.